Hi, I'm Susan. I'm the pastry chef at Kome Restaurant, and this is What's Cooking at Esperamos. Just in time for Thanksgiving, I'm going to be making a pumpkin tart with a Speculaas cashew crust. So let's head over to Esperamos to shop for our ingredients. First on our list is canned pumpkin. Buen dia, señora.
Buen dia.
Do you have canned pumpkin?
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you.
De nada.
All right, rest of our ingredients. Butter, chopped cashews, Speculaas, evaporated milk, brown sugar, and eggs. From your spice cabinet at home, you'll need some pumpkin pie spices. I like to use cinnamon, ground ginger, allspice, and nutmeg. Okay, I've got my pie pans, so let's get back to Kome and start baking. Okay, we're back in the bake shop, so let's get started. The ingredients that I have for the crust are 1 sleeve of Speculaas cookies and some chopped cashews. I have about 1/3 cup that I crushed with my rolling pin and have just mixed together in a medium-large mixing bowl. After that, I'm going to add 1/3 cup of brown sugar. I'm gonna add that. Easy peasy. And then I have 1/2 cup of melted butter. So I'm just gonna pour that in. So I get it all mixed up. And then I just take a handful and I squeeze it with my hand, and you can see it holds together, but then it crumbles apart pretty easily too. So I have my cookie crumb crust in the pan, and I'm just gonna use my fingertips, and as I rotate the pan, I'm just gonna pat and pat, 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 pretty much until you hit like the corner of the pan that you can see that's like right here. And so then the next thing you wanna do, it might get a little bit messy, but that's okay, is you're gonna just press it into the side this way. And again, you just rotate the pan and just press and press and press all the way around. It should be pretty even, but if it's not, like I have a spot right here where it feels a little bit thin, like thinner than it does, I'll just take a pinch and I'll just press it in. And then here, right in the middle, I actually do have a little crack and a hole. So again, I'm just gonna take a small handful, sprinkle it onto the bottom, and press it down. Like you can use the one that you use to measure your brown sugar, because it has a nice flat bottom. You can use that to really press down the bottom of the crust. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna put it into a 350-degree Fahrenheit or a 180-degree Celsius oven. We have our tart shell in the oven, and it's gonna bake for a while, and while it's baking, we're gonna make our filling. So we're gonna use 1 full can, it's 15 ounces of pumpkin puree, and that's the first thing. So we just pop that straight up into the bowl. Maybe make sure you get like every last bit. Then the rest of our ingredients, we're going to use, again, brown sugar. We're gonna have some vanilla extract. We have our pumpkin pie spices, of course. I like to use cinnamon, ground ginger, allspice, and a pinch of nutmeg. We're gonna have about 1/2 teaspoon of salt, not too much, but it is important to use a little bit of salt. 2 eggs and 1 egg yolk, and then 1 full can of evaporated milk. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. We're just gonna mix it all together in the bowl, and then we pour it into our prepared pie pan, and we bake it until it's ready. We have our prepared pie pan, or our prepared pie crust rather. One of the ways you can tell that it's ready, it's cooled off just a little bit, and when you touch it, it feels like it's baked. It feels firm, so that's a good way to test it. It doesn't feel like soft or squishy anymore. So I have my pie crust here. I've got my filling. I'm gonna give it a stir just to make sure everything is nicely mixed up together, and I'm just gonna pour it straight from the bowl into the pie pan. If you're more comfortable, you can use a cup or like a soup ladle to put it into the pie pan, or you can just pour it and kind of let it drip a little bit at the end. And then what I like to do is just use my spatula to kind of scrape the edge a little bit. And then that's it. We're gonna put it into the oven. I've got a couple little air bubbles here, just right on top. I'm just gonna help them kind of pop a little bit, and into the oven, and that's it. So it's been about 45 minutes, and I have checked the pie. It looks beautiful and caramelized, and it smells delicious. So let's get it out of the oven. Oh, it looks perfect. So if you take a look, you can see the color has changed quite a bit. Now it's nice and dark and kind of yeah, like kind of an orange, maybe sort of terracotta color. It's nice and shiny. It doesn't jiggle too much, and it smells delicious. So to finish it off, the way I like to decorate it, I usually have a little bit extra of the crumb crust, and I bake that off just on a cookie sheet until it's golden brown. And I'll take a little bit of the crumb, and I'll just sprinkle it around, because usually with cakes like this or pies like this, everybody's favorite part anyway is the crust. So a little bit extra never hurts. And then I'll take a little bit and put it right in the middle. You can serve this with some whipped cream. You can serve it with ice cream. You can serve it with vanilla sauce. It's really just a matter of taste, because it's delicious with just about anything, and it's delicious by itself too. Thanks for joining me today in the bake shop, and this was What's Cooking at Esperamos.